Good morning. Just doing a little neighborhood walk and photo session. And I'll kind of explain what we're doing here in just a bit. This odd behavior is actually something I've been doing for a few years now, is wandering this neighborhood, taking photos. I think one of the best things about photography is that it somehow turns boring things into very interesting things for you. That's a pretty cool basketball hoop / car in the sunrise combo. And the more I wander this neighborhood, the more I find interest in very boring things. More I find weird, interesting patterns in things. For me right now, something I've been photographing pretty constantly and weirdly drawn to are basketball hoops and like tire swings and swings that hang off of trees. But what I find most curious, and that I've only learned wandering around my neighborhood shooting these things, is how I've never seen anybody use either. And I think that's where the brilliance of a neighborhood like photo walk over a long period of time comes into play. There's the remnants of what used to be a basketball hoop. That works for me. We always think that you've got to be in the most beautiful, spectacular place to get like these incredible photos and to tell these awesome stories. Like you got to be downtown New York doing street photography. And I don't think that's true at all. I actually have got a fairly solid photo book idea. And it all came from walking my dogs in the neighborhood and shooting photos while I was walking them. And it's this interesting concept behind this neighborhood and how they have all of these things that go underutilized. It's a thing that usually draws communities together, the basketball hoop. Like in the neighborhood that I grew up in as a kid, everybody would come to my house and use the basketball hoop and play games. But for some reason in this neighborhood, with the sheer amount of basketball hoops, that I've never seen one being used. Not one, never. And I think that's really interesting because I know in New York, you didn't have basketball hoops in the neighborhood. Like you had a basketball like court and everybody came there and played and it was always busy. The other reason I do it is because I would just much rather be outside than inside. It's a lot easier to find a photo book or a photo project idea being outside than it is inside. I could just sit in my office all day, but that's kind of lame and boring. And it's nice to get outside and just walk. Like I'll be out here for 2 or 3 hours. It's a beautiful morning. The sunrise was incredible over there. Too bad I shot it in the wrong white balance. But just, walking around the neighborhood taking photos is very peaceful. And right now, guys, I don't want to dive into the nit and gritty, but my heart and my brain could use some serious peace. And so that's what we're doing today. And I thought you might want to come along and see the photos I took and see if we can put together a photo book. Not today, of course, that takes a really long time, but yeah, let's go shoot some photos. That one looks incredible. I think I'm gonna get a little bit closer and focus on this. Right there. Oh, there's a bird on it. Oh, that's perfect with a bird. Is it worm in its mouth? Be casual, be casual, be casual. Don't bark. Don't bark, dog. Stay up there. Okay, you're good.
This is kind of like peak neighborhood community right there. This is where I need like a super wide lens. Morning. I know it's weird. I take photos of basketball hoops. And this is just like peak community with the basketball hoop in the cul-de-sac. Yeah. So that's right. Oh really? Oh yeah, you're not joking. It's a weird little photo book I'm making.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, there's like 60. Yeah, there's so many. Oh, if I could get both in the photo, that would be dope. We're gonna have to go up high for this. Ugh, she was very nice. Let's see. I need to expose for that though. That's gonna be the challenge. Yeah, that'd work. Something like that.
All right, well, I have combed this neighborhood pretty good. Not entirely, the neighborhood's pretty huge. Oh, there's a basketball hoop right there. Just a second. Why don't we talk about creativity and possible photo projects you could work on? And we'll do it while we're editing some of these photos, and I'll show you some of the photos that I've been logging over the last year. So most of these are not what I would consider good. Most of them would never make this photo book that I plan on making. And this just kind of brings me back to that earlier part of my life that I remember, tree swings, basketball courts, the things that I used, and to see them lonely and disregarded now is just interesting to me. And that's, I think they have personality. I think some of these like basketball hoops and tree swings are lonely. They look lonely. Others kind of represent the American dream. Like this photo right here really reminds me of the American dream. It's like this beautiful 2-story home, suburban America. And it's not everybody's dream, but I think if somebody were coming over to America to live the American dream, this is maybe an image that they've like concocted in their mind. To me, this image kind of represents the American dream. Whereas like if I look at this tire swing right here, this is that lonely bit for me. It reminds me of like a lonely Forrest Gump. So I find it interesting. But anyway, yeah, that's why I take those photos, because I do think that these weird inanimate objects tell a story and they do have character. Well, let's dive into the first one. I'm not going to edit all of these, so I'm just going to edit a few of my favorites. I don't know if I will edit it because it's so soft in the background. You can kind of tell what it is, but I do want to crop this a little bit more. You could maybe even go like that 3:1 aspect ratio. Let's see if I can put it into a custom. Go here, like here, and just move this down. If we vignette this thing to try to draw some attention to that basketball hoop, all of it feels a little bit unnecessary. You do focus on the basketball hoop, but it's like, whatever, who cares? If you need a quick win, if you feel like creatively you're not pumping out, when I say pump out, like the output, your creative juices aren't flowing, the work that you're doing you're not super happy with, this isn't going to win you a Pulitzer, most likely. This probably isn't going to do much, but it's a quick win because your neighborhood is immediately accessible. You can get out, you can shoot every morning, every night, every day. You can be consistent, and you can see things progress over a long period of time. So like I've taken the same shot of the same basketball hoop over the course of each of the seasons. And it's really cool to just see how the hoop ages, if that makes sense. So I think neighborhoods are like this secret treasure trove of cool shit if you're willing to look. Pump up the light. I don't like how much of the white is in this. I think it's totally unnecessary. Actually, this is where the 3x2 is going to come in handy. This Hasselblad X-Pan, I think, will look sweet And it does. I was right. I'm gonna warm it up. Actually, what I'm gonna do is let's go back to that other photo, and we're just gonna copy and paste because I like what we're seeing here. Copy settings. There is nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm maybe going to mask this tire and see if we can brighten it up just a little bit more, because it is kind of just like falling into nothingness. I want the blacks to be a lot blacker. I want there to be some of the highlight where the highlights are. Once you start messing with like clarity, texture, that sort of thing, your overall image will start to darken. So good point to brighten it back up. I actually really like that. That looks pretty sweet. It definitely looks very movie-esque to me. Would it make its way into a photo book or make sense in a photo book? Probably not. We're underexposing this one pretty severely, but I like that. Is this where we go 3x1 again? It just always makes things look better. Let's see. I do like this pigeon one. Let's see. I'm going to make this black and white though. So we're just going to paste everything. It doesn't really matter. It just gives me the exposure that I'm kind of looking for. Am I going to do it? Let's see. I'll go to the original. And then yep, you guys are like, that son of a bitch. He's gonna do that freaking crop again. That looks pretty dope. I wonder if we can make this bird pop a little bit more. It'll probably give me the whole backboard. It does. That's okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that really sticks out. On this, we might go sharpness and bring up the sharpness a little bit. If you're feeling pretty creatively empty, if the gas tank is empty, might I suggest stop worrying about the gear, stop worrying about location, stop worrying about the money it takes to get out there. Just get out early in the morning or late at night or whenever you can. Get out into your neighborhood and just comb the area and shoot and shoot and shoot. And a little by little, over time, I think you're gonna start to see some really interesting things. More so than that, really interesting patterns in those things, right? I think that's really important. I think that's what tells a very compelling story. I think pattern recognition is a part of like compelling storytelling. And compelling storytelling is a must for great photography, I think, not just pretty photos. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.